Hello, Northstar here with a new game, Wildermyth. I've been talking for a bit about doing a let's play of this, and this is more of, I guess you could call it a test run to see if I can play this game without taking forever on turns, like I've often done when I'm just playing my own. At least fast enough that I don't lose my alliance, and if there's any audience interest in this, I will be continuing a campaign I've had ongoing, and I will continue to stream this for a while. So even if it doesn't immediately take off, just to see, because sometimes things don't always hit their stride right away. But I'm close end of this campaign, so I'll probably be finishing this one up and then doing a new playlist with a brand new campaign of this. So I may do several. The campaigns can go quite quickly in this game, so even faster on the pop-up dungeons ones, substantially faster. So I may do several campaigns of this, but this will be the first. Without my talking over everything, you can hear the rather charming music of this game. Yeah, the story is kind of interesting when you start from the beginning, but rather than keep people waiting, if any of you was playing this anyways to remind myself of it, I figured I'd just go right to this. Yeah, that was just I swapped one mod that was having gear that's, you could call it legendary, stuff like the Glade Scarf here from unique events carry over for another that's more complete. I don't think that'll cause any issues, so if you're wondering about that, just got a not exactly an error message, but a warning. The Starseed Ring is a unique thing that should keep, as is the Glade Scarf. It's interesting, those are the only things Brenner had. I think I brought him in this chapter, and he had the Glade Scarf, because from that mod, he got the Starseed Ring on this run, however. It's a pretty rare event, and I was using the Legacy Event Augments mod, but it hadn't been updated in a bit, and even when before then, it didn't have everything that was current as of the last time it was updated. There's this other one, the primary language of the author is Chinese, but there's English translation of the augments list, and it was more complete, so that's what I'm using now. Anyhow, I got my party here and still send stills. Looks like I left some others here in the Wither Plains. For a while, I'd just been messing around and keeping incursions, just fighting incursions, which is testing my combat skills. That means there's a ridiculous number of calamities already in here for anyone who's played this game. For those who don't, you'll learn what those mean as I go along. I'll just say calamities add difficulty to a game, so even though this is base difficulty, because it's been going so long, it's actually a lot harder. I'm going to, this advances a chapter, but I'm also going to need to send these guys after I clear this site. They'll probably advance through there. Let's see. Strength 8. Yeah, I might be able to take these deepest on with just these 4 guys. It'll be tough. Mystic, Hunter, Okay, no, I really can't. Um, not deepest. Probably not. But since I probably don't want any more incursions when I start clearing this, I'm going to have these 4 patrol here, then send them up here, just or somewhere else. I'm just going to have them start clearing terrain. Clearing out the infestations. Anyways, that's I'm probably going to mess this video up in terms no one's going to be interested if I keep talking. So let's get going. Now, this is the final chapter of this campaign. I don't remember a lot of it. It's been a while since I picked this up, 9 months, so I'm just getting a hang of what was going on. I'll read this text to you in case you can't hear it. The forest is nearly dead of sound, and it's cold. Bark is an unhealthy hue. Even the sun leaks through the branches wan and strengthless. The ground, the soil, not frozen, but it's almost like the idea of warmth is gone. It'd be nice to be able to, bottle this somehow. I just mean no bugs, or don't see spiders either, or birds. They advanced towards the shrine clearing. Agaridia and Triss, tracing a path their minds were shown. If there's someone who can bring heat to the faces of trees, it's me. There's a deepest. They're the bad guys. Why would I ever choose this dismay option? I guess for added difficulty, the unnatural chill that wears them down has slowly sickened their foes, or in fact, the colding world beneath the canopy is cavern-like comfortable at deepest. Extra health for enemies? I guess if I wanted a harder fight. Or maybe taking this makes the first fight harder, but I don't know. Anyways, all foes, less health. All heroes' swift actions count as single actions. Oh, okay, so this weakens both sides. Yeah, no, I'm better with enemies having 3 more health than swift actions is counting as single actions. I have a number of those. In fact, the colding world beneath the canopy is cavern-like comfortable to deepest. In this game, you kind of take partly the role of, I should explain, of a storyteller, and partly there is a narrator. You're leading a venturing party to face down some foe threatening the area of the Yondering Plains, is what these worlds are called. There is a DLC that occurs in kind of dreamlike state called Omen Road. It's a little different. You don't have a map. I don't own it because money is tight with my long COVID. But maybe someday if there's a bigger sale than there's been on it so far, and then I would probably still combine that with using the purchase of it to motivate myself to do something that I need to get done, because I have very little energy with long COVID, and sometimes I have to bribe myself to even get basic stuff done. It's a struggle. And then, of course, this Let's Play needs to have some popularity, because ultimately I'm doing all this to try and have a chance of surviving, of getting some ad money. Anyways, I face a Chosen, which is a bigger enemy, Woken, can of fodder, some Slingers, which are, they're weak ranged units, but they're ranged, so they can stand kind of further back, and they're a lot more dangerous thus than the frontline guys who, cannon fodder is right up close to you. Something tougher can't always get in close because they're blocking the way. Horned children, who are very weak, but they're fast moving. Shadow Hunter, this thing is like vicious, nasty, very powerful. Father Fungus and Chastise. Okay. It's a manageable force. Pretty typical for what I've seen with Deepest. Not an easy fight, but my party is very high level. I've been grinding for a while. When you attack incursions, you not only get battle experience, but you can get augments. These are not unique augments, that they aren't the ones that the model have keep over, like from campaign to campaign. They're gone when this campaign is, just as they normally are, but they do provide some power, some additional power for while the campaign is going. Like she's got a Fox Quartz ring, which gives her armor, a belt of chivalry. You can also sometimes, like, she got this weapon, this tier 3 crossbow in the last fight. It's a little more powerful than her tier 2 bow. And if I can find the time, have her switch to a tier 2 magical bow, which is normally an upgrade that costs resources. Sometimes downgrading a tier, you recycle some of the resources. It can be cheaper that way than if I'd stuck with the tier 2. Since in the Legacy, her bow will be downgraded, her weapon, to tier 1 or 2 anyways. I might not bring her to the final fight, depending on what ability she rolls for next level up. Because she's a level 3 and I have level 7 people. Anyways, this is a big map. She's a hunter, so she could pop forward and see what's up there. Oof. There's the Shadow Hunter. There's the Chosen. I'll throw the essentially a jaw trap beneath. The Chosen should move first and can get pinned by that. The Shadowhunter can't, but it can still take damage because she has the coin moss power. She's essentially coated the jaws of the bear trap with poison, so it will poison anything that it hits for a little extra damage. Increasing damage from 3 to 4. Not a lot, but relatively speaking, that's something. It doesn't matter if this thing is probably going to come racing straight at my party. Let's see. A couple candles back. Probably going to want to move up this way, see if I can get the Mystic to these rocks. Yeah, I'll put her here. I hope she stays out of harm's way. Shadow Hunter hits hard, 5 to 7 damage. She only has 5 armor, so they get through. And characters in this game are quite fragile. Even at level 3, she only has 8 health. 8.6, so it rounds down to 8. And even this level 7 character has 14 health, and that's exceptionally high. Some of that coming from equipment. The warriors are also the most durable class. This thing has 23 health by contrast. You have to use strategy. Your characters do not have raw power advantage, although they usually have much higher armor if you invest in gear. Like 8 armor and 5, and they have shields too. Alright. Anyhow. Hmm. This is kind of cute, but in this case, probably useful. Let's see. It's the range on. Nope. She has a chicken, a fire chicken, and have her light a fire with it and move forward. And the reason for that is she has an ability that lets her hide if she ends her turn fire, and she doesn't take damage from fire like most characters would. Because of her fire chicken, that's what enables ability and makes her fire resistant. When she's hidden, she can attack and ignore armor. So this thing has 3 armor. That means it would reduce incoming damage. It's non-magical by 3. Also, the enemy can't see you if you're hidden, obviously, so they can't strategize around your hidden characters. The AI isn't like some games you hide. You're invisible, but the AI somehow knows exactly where you are. Not in this game. They actually act like they can't see you, which is good. I hate games like that, where you're invisible, but somehow the enemy knows exactly where you are. It's like, what? Yeah, I just gave him Spirit Blade. So, if he interfuses with this blaze, he can also grant bonus damage and other abilities to Triss here. Of course, if he was to fire leash it off, it would still hurt her, so that'd be a bad idea. But this allowed a blazing sword this thing if it gets close, for instance. Anyhow, here he can light a fire here later. Fires endure on stuff that looks like this. It's like bits of tinder on the ground, so they won't go out as soon as you light them. I could also use this to do a burning arrow attack from the hunter here. If I'd had her equip her crossbow, she could have done that actually. No, she wasn't in range. But, yeah. Well, how much damage would this do? Looks like it's just a free attack. Though it does light the towel on fire. I'll hold off on that for a second. I don't have to finish a character's turn at once. Sometimes it's useful to have characters essentially move simultaneously. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this counting here is not sure if this is close enough. Shoot. Now if I do that and have her... I don't want Brenner here to get hit by this thing's jump attack. Gore Leap. So now she needs to just race forward. She's got wings, so she's... I forget if the wings directly help the speed, but yeah, they do. And nimble nature, which is an ability that gives extra speed from the foxtail, and foxtail gives some passive. You get transformations over several campaigns. This character I've had since my very first campaign. Just go out a wolf head, a foxtail, crow wings, and the crow wings transformation advanced to give her a crow leg as well. Yeah, by engaging this, it forces it to attack her and gives her a temporary armor. So it'll attack. It won't be able to get their armor. It'll just shred one of our armor. Of course, its jump attack would shred 2 armors. So if I don't want her to start losing armor, I'll just go stalwart as well, which is another 3. Stacking lots of temporary armor is a way to have your characters endure many attacks that would normally wear their armor down. Because you can renew, like I can disable stalwart and re-enable it, which will not allow the character to move that turn. We'll still leave them with a single action attack. And essentially replace 3 temporary armor that was lost. This thing can only shred 3 in its turn. So that's enough to ensure she'll still have 1 left over. And anyhow, let's see. And then there's just Boar. He's younger, he's faster moving. Characters get slower as they are. She's 66 years old. Not so young at all. He's spell touched, interestingly. That's a rare thing you can get. Which does allow him to recover faster than someone his age normally would, but why is he so fast? Eh? He's only a speed of 4, that's not great. 4.7. Mostly just his level then. Does that. There'd be a risk it would jump here and hurt Kelly, even though it doesn't know she's there. So he's not in range of the bow, anyhow. What I have to do is no, that's right. Not used to this ability yet because I just gave it. Could have probably done a fire arrow from I on just the last fight. Brenner gained that ability. Anyways, wielding a sword gives the character increased dodge chance, or block chance actually. Plus 10 blocks, so this character is very evasive. 85 dodge, 65 block, which means 50% chance of dodging an attack that has 100 accuracy, I believe. So, of course, this thing has like 120 or something. Most semis only have 75. I could have him engage this, but it's dumb. Could have him guard, but then we won't actually get that close. Or I could have him go up here, engage it, and get close. You know, I'll do that. The reason is so he's more aggressively deployed for later. Or here even. This way, that thing will obviously try and go where it can attack both party members if it can, so I can very carefully set its location, or I could have them go up here. This is what's known as walling with a character. It increases their chances of dodging attacks and stuff. Yeah, I'll do that. So just walling on its own reduces incoming damage by 1. Not super useful when the armor's so high, but because they're friends, it gives extra plus 20 block to both of them. Her block is now, well, it always shows 65, but it's effectively 85 as long as she's walling with him. Makes her very hard to hit. Stacking dodge chances like that, it's very powerful. Like a 15% dodge chance, not super useful if an enemy has a 75% chance to hit that. It's only dodging 1 in 5 attacks. But if the enemy has a 30%, that's dodging half of incoming damage. Alright, taking a very defensive posture here. Yeah, I'll wall with this because Spirit Blade allowing him to do extra damage. And I can light that campfire, which would be useful. It's good they dodged that, because if it hit either of them, it would have knocked them back. This way they're walling with each other. That is, they have each other's back and still next to the infused campfire there. Alright. Save this because I too often make mistakes on turn, and I hate sometimes the undo function doesn't always work correctly. There's an undo button for the last thing. It only does move. Sometimes you accidentally do an attack that you didn't mean to misclick, that kind of thing. Alright, got this, yeah, this thing can get all the way up here. I'm going to go there. His cat takes a swing at this thing, and the reason I want that is he shreds some of the armor and sets up flanking, which allows some things like daggers do double damage when flanking. After armor, of course. So this thing would do 4 damage to the armor, this dagger, double to 8. Gray Plane actually ignores the armor, so it becomes 10 damage from, yeah, it's, kind of roguey thing. Hunter stabs you with a dagger. That takes an action to do. Oh, darn. He has the open-minded upgrade, so he can interfuse with 3 objects. But here is there something I might have use of. Nope. Just have him light a fire here for now. That's what I'll do. He'll be able to interfuse with that later and give himself, I believe, the upgrade from Spirit Blade. Might not work on himself. I don't know. Can definitely work now as we move closer. Anyways, you can have an ally use Blazing Sword now. Where is... There we go, Boar. Staying back there. Let's see. Where is the Chosen? Oh, there. Can't reach him. The Semi can't quite reach me there, can it? Oh no, it can after its friend gets out of the way. No, turn over it can't. So yeah, I've engaged that. That means it's gonna close and attack him anyways. Might as well get the temporary armor. And he has this spell which scales with his armor. So that's useful, but the really cool thing is I believe... No. Yeah, Agaridia just hits harder because she's more... Yeah, he set up flanking here. Yeah, that's not the best use of that. Sorry. These two are lovers. Something attacks one, the other gets bonus damage. Probably to make use of that in a moment, but Trist. Wow, she's slow right now. Set up another one of these traps, and I believe, yeah, this gets all the damage as if she had done it with her own attack. I'm not done. Now she gets her own attack. Doesn't ignore armor, but still. 2 hits with the dagger. Or a hit with a dagger and a bow shot. She's well positioned for that. It's more she can stack poisoning on some enemies like the Chosen here. Has actual line of sight on this thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot that. The poison will finish it off. And it's just, unless the Father Fungus comes and heals it. If she had gone a stun, it would have instantly killed it. Tier 3. Oh. Anyways, Agaridia can bite with her wolf head. An extra attack. And then this guy can essentially throw enemies into this enemy into other ones. Killing it. And he is Wolf Called and Untouchable, so when he gets a kill, his allies get faster. Important because Triss is slow moving. And the next attack against him will miss. So Triss to actually get up here close to the rest of the party. Let's see what's in range with this. Uh-huh. She can scare this chastised off so it doesn't throw boulders at people if I want. Yeah, that's a smart move. Because otherwise, hurt people with that. Start shooting. She will. She has a water bow, so if she had gotten a stunt, she would have got another action. Anyhow, I've already engaged this thing, so it's going to come up and reach melee, but he can then use Guardian, so when it comes to attack him, which it's forced to do, he'll actually strike it. Or you could just shoot at it now. But this isn't quite guaranteed to hit. And swords are much more accurate than most weapons, as well as giving defensive bonuses. Where is Agaridia? She's... oh, I've got her selected. She nommed on the hunter. It's got 7 health. She could fly up there and finish it, but that's not a great idea. Good is dead. Pinned. Terrified. This is what I want to kill. Can't quite reach. Alright. Never come up here. She's already got Star on, so she's got enough temporary armor. I can see slingers and just take a swing at Stars. Or, no, try and kill one of these slingers. They're more dangerous. Alive, obviously. Ooh, it's my 1000th deepest killed. Achievement, empty the caves. You get these cool little illustrations when you get achievements. The Shrine of Third Sight requires a steady stream of souls and occasional eye drops. They're all cute little things like that, or about the game development. Yep. I like to focus on killing ranged enemies first, because they are harder to control the movements of, and the melee ones I can funnel into my warriors, where I keep, my hunters and mystics safe that way. Yeah. He's gonna guard, so when the Woken, that thing walked right under the trap. Then he hits it, a little more accurate than shooting at it. And he kept the temporary armor until its turn, so if, like, the slinger had attacked him first, it's just a slightly better way to do things there. She lost temporary armor because she got hit by that sling, so... Successful attacks hobble, but I guess Stalwart Plus, it seems to be harder to hobble characters, so I've still seen Triss get hobbled. when she uses. I don't know why some do and some don't. Is save in case I make a dumb mistake. This is a tactical RPG, and a lot of dumb mistakes that can be made. Alright, let's see. He can interfuse the blaze. I wanted to see if that worked on himself. Does he gain Spirit Blade? I see a little plus thing. Oh, that's his wolf call. No, he does not benefit from his own. But useful for allies falling back here, I guess. Yeah, no, I'm gonna load that because I really just wanted to see if that worked. If he could benefit from his own fire. Cannot. I can go over here. Forcing the snare to move if it wants to try and shoot him, and interfuse with these rocks. Oh, there's a statue here. If you get a little closer, he could have done that, but I want him too far forward. The advantage of interfusing with that rock is it gives him temporary armor and hit points and warding. Make him just tougher overall. Yeah. His warding is, yeah, would normally be 5. It's now 6, for instance. Let's see. I believe, what's the range on the blazing sword? Yep. Or be in range of it if I did this. Actually, I'm just gonna have him do a burning arrow. Can he not get a line of sight there? Oh well. boom, baby. And a little fire. Do this thing, which should damage it when it starts its turn 1. And the poison will also take its toll. I forget if these things can attack diagonally. Some enemies can, some can't. Either way, I'm probably gonna have them guard. Is the slinger. Yeah. Don't much care about the father fungus attacks. The shadow tongue, it should just most of my characters have enough warding to ignore it. But 2% chance it dodged, really? Well. That's irritating, to say the least. I'll have her gauge these 3. Now she's got flanking on this, which guarantees a hit. And he can guard. The Chosen can definitely move here, but when it tries to move here to attack either of them, he'll take a swing at it. it's still on cooldown. Or he could just, oh, he has a 100% chance of hitting. Just kill it. I don't care much about the Chosen. I'm going to take a shot at the Slinger, actually. Using for that being ranged units are much more unpredictable, as I was saying. Generally go up here so she can wall with these two. That's interesting. Untouchable works on even incidental poison damage in my own. Whatever. She's got a good chance of hitting either one of these. Oh, that's a guaranteed hit. Yeah, let's have her kill the Horn Child. Because otherwise, enemies can get flanking too. Yeah. And if this thing had attacked her from the side and the Horn Child, it would have been guaranteed hit on her. And it would have hobbled her, which made it reduces her already low movement because of her heavy armor and her old age. She's 84 years old. Yeah, while the poison is wearing down this Chosen, it keeps getting healed by the Father Fungus, so you'll notice it also did this transform thing where it now has horns and deals extra damage, I believe, after it makes that transformation. I never could figure out what allows it to do that. If it's like a swift action or anyhow. There is some poison to renew the whole poison effect and increase the damage to 2 from 1. And then have the cat come up here, maybe, to establish flanking. Yeah. He's got enough accuracy, he can just hit it. Kill it outright, actually. Engaged there, and the reason for that is with extra damage with this back slam. Knocking that a little forward. Make it easier for Agaridia to reach and murder it. It's hobbled, so it won't be able to close too quickly. He still has an extra movement. You could shoot if I wanted. Go here. That cutoff line states the fire fungus is no longer engaged there, but chosen moves before the chastised, and it can't move through the chastised, so it can no longer. I can engage it, and the chosen won't be able to do anything because it can't reach. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe. I don't really care to. I'll just engage this guy to keep him nearby. Force him to attack me. Hmm. Where is it? There we go. Toss a discus at this. Oh, not guaranteed to hit at all. Could have thrown fire at the father fungus. whatever. The chosen being engaged by boar actually helped set up flanking before. There's a chance it ricochets at the father fungus. So that'll work. Yep. Yeah. And flanking was now set up by that strike, so this guaranteed hit. This is a guaranteed hit. Light a fire here that Brenner can engage with later to give her advantages. And finish this chastised off, actually. Here we go. Why this game is about effective combat is about combos. Whether it's along with teammates, stuff like this. Which is she benefiting from that Spirit Blade doesn't work from fires at all, apparently, but I'll be able to interfuse with the tree later to help her. Just gonna close and finish him, actually. Why not? Yeah, alright, I could have been more efficient, quicker with things. I got a Sunseeder sash from this. I'm kind of tired lately. This has been a bad week for my long COVID. Even I'm drinking like my third coffee and I'm still exhausted. Sunseeder sash, an eye-catching girdle for any weather. Increases the chance of stunts, which are the special, like, how do I describe it? They're critical hits, I guess is the way I would say it. For instance, and what they do is depend on the enchantment on weapon, if there is one. It's do extra damage with Leaf gives temporary health for the battle. Water gives an extra action point. Stone can shred armor and mobilize enemies. And fire can spread fire to other nearby enemies. Let's see. I think Boar probably benefits the most from stunts. Yeah. I guess he has leaf equipment, crossbow and sword, and when he kills stuff, he gets untouchable plus one wolf call. So, yeah, he's much more dependent on killing stuff quickly and dodging hits than, say, Agaridio, who's more heavily armored. Or Triss, who's very heavily armored there. Yeah. I'll give it to Boar. And Genly, my hunter, has grown stronger. She's now a level 4 hunter. Give her Foxfight plus, Through Shot, Cloying Moss plus. Through shots can actually be pretty hard to set up, even though they seem very good. Riposte is only melee. Generally, often you don't want hunters to be getting hit in melee. So Foxfight allows her to dodge multiple hits. Generally, I like survivability for my characters, so I'll do that. Lets me put them in more aggressive positions where they'll do more damage. By upgrading that, increase the chances of in future level ups if there are more. Rolling an entirely new ability instead of an upgrade to something over and over. The spectral blaze spends no heat on them. It dances blue and teasingly tepid. A faint breeze mutters in the leaves. The almost unbreathing wind of lethargy, of fading without resistance, out of form and feeling. A misery indeed, where heat and joy once burned, where seed met energy and began to be life. Now there's just decay. It'll die and be barren soon. It's one of those very sudden men, a shrine sage. Room is made for him. You're who the locals call Cole, guided by flames. Guarded by flames when I was young. And still, not fit to guard them back, despite the body you see. The shrine coal was stolen. He explains a little. That the deepest defeat here were only an unlucky detail. The majority of the force returned to their cavern hold, with a hot ember taken from the site. Laid here long ago in honor of some dead lord, the shrine coal was the nascent home of our spirit. LOO. Losing it, I guess the spirit must have been thrown afield, homeless. And the land was cold then, doomed as you find it. I'd like to ask then, how do we go about undooming it? Well, that is bravery. if you hope to stop these Diggers from what they do. I met your... Or actually, I think this came first. I'm not really sure. The text is awkward here. I met your spirit, Owl. I met your spirit. We're here doing our work. I'm saying the task isn't too big for us. Well, that is bravery if you hope to stop these Diggers from what they do. That's right. In a previous chapter I met. It's a while since I was doing this campaign. I shadowed them all the way to the volcano's heart. So they'll go searching by Cole's direction for the cavern where the sacred ember burns. What they'll meet there is a queen. She's of an age unguessable, an ambition unsurpassed. A crown on her head, blinding bright. I should mention the deepest. They're cultists. They worship like a minotaur kind of god, but also they have kings and queens who. This is the really sinister thing about them. They drain some of the intelligence and life force out of other cultists, and by doing so, while reducing them to almost thralls who are not much more than zombies, most of the deepest, that's why they're like going around swinging swords very clunkily and stuff. Those are ones who've been drained like that. They achieve immortality. The deepest queens and kings, which are rare, are immortal. They live thousands of years deep under the earth and plot to keep trying to take over the world. And the chastised are now tougher. That was a calamity. Auto-saved when the battle was over. These guys are clearing the infestation of the Wilder Plains. Once it's cleared, I could theoretically establish stuff here. Sites for resources if I want to upgrade for the final fight. It would take legacy points though. Might be worth it. And securing sites, searches for items and stuff. I like to secure as I go along, so you get little bits of text. You can do. I should say you can do it slowly and find an item, or just quickly, and the whole make haste thing. Sometimes it's necessary to secure sites to prevent enemies from coming back and infesting it again. I'm trying to remember exactly how this works. It's been a while. Oh yeah, the state can provide resources now and at the end of the chapter. Spend resources to upgrade. That's right. That's what it does. And I think I know secured sites will be attacked by infestations. I forget if they are, if they're not secured. But anyways, items are generally worth it. And mystics help securing go faster. And I have a mystic in the party, so. Could. Pull Agaridia off this. And bury another mystic. No, that would actually make it take longer with the travel time. It's gonna maybe swap them. Yep, so they're working together on that, and they're on this. Heroes are in the same tile. They build friendships. I think especially when they complete tasks like this. I think that boosts their friendships or rivalries or romances a little more than just sitting around the train. Though even sitting in the same tile will do that. A thorough delving through the mysteries of stills and stills has proven rewarding. Oh yeah, and fighting together definitely does boost their relationships. Fighting on the same, in a battle together against enemies. Plenty to satisfy the curious, chance to rest our bones too, which was nice. Still send stills will return to the hands of the common folk. While they tend it, the set will provide resources at the end of each chapter. Hide Heartwood's spell threads and an item, of course. Snakestone necklace. Fabrics torn from 20 places are knotted into a sturdy cord for the neck. Helps with dodge chance. Good on particularly evasive characters. I don't think if I remember correctly, there's no shuffling stuff, so I can't give this to Agaridia and then give the silver bar to someone else, if not mistaken. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I played the game. I'll give it to Boar because I'd really like him to survive this fight. Actually, this is his first campaign. If he dies, he gets added to the legacy. They're only at level 1, I think, and I think I can upgrade him further. Anyhow, yeah. Let's see. 50 dodge, 50 block. Wait a second. Triss is actually more evasive than him. Huh. And I know she's been in a previous party, the Foundlings of the Jade Code. If a character, sometimes if a character dies in the final battle and they're already a legend, you can't upgrade them. Sometimes you can. I think you're always supposed to be able to, but it's not completely reliable in this game. Yeah, I'll give Triss the necklace then. Almost done clearing that infestation. Generally, if you want to harvest incursions on a chapter, you don't clear any sites so that they get a lot of tiles get infested, and incursions happen very frequently when there's a lot of infested tiles. Because calamities will keep ticking regardless of how quickly or slowly infestations come. So incursions. So if you want to fight some incursions before you start advancing things, you basically will sit around and not attack any enemies. Maybe you build defenses and tiles that don't have incursions, or passes in the mountains or stuff like that. There's a few advantages to making chapters go longer that way. One of them is people get to be friends, they develop relationships. There's time for quest hooks to fire, which requires relationships at a certain level to fire at all. So yeah. But now I've harvested enough, and now I'm just pushing through. I'm not going to be messing around with that. Yeah, these 5 should go over here to the tannery. Ah, yes. And I'll save. I could build it here on the prairie. One of the reasons to do that is the resources can be used to upgrade or enchant equipment. Sometimes worth. Wow. Heart iron. kind of, but he's got good stuff. Generally, he's the only person whose equipment I really want to upgrade that badly. I'll have tier 2 armor, which is kind of necessary to survive in the 5th chapter like this, with this many calamities. What resources do I have? Spell threads are always the rarest. Hide fabrics. Let's see what I can get. Everyone loves new clothes. We should help as we can. The Spot Snow's tailoring families have selected the site spot for an outfitter or weave works or even a well-removed tannery. Any of these would help the provincials prosper. Excuse me. It's particularly worth building sets like this in early chapters because they'll give resources every chapter, but even just for one if you're going to actually use the resources. Hide and fabric, 2 fabric, 2 hide. Looks like hide is the thing that would be the most short on. There is a tannery here, though. I'm a little iffy about that fabric there. Wow, the highest self upgrades are all in fabric, especially the magical stuff. So yeah, I'll do a Weaver Works. I should say a lot of magical upgrades. Melee weapons more often use hide. But like if I wanted to upgrade hearts, Dreamer's Crook to tier 2, depending on the chapter he's recruited in later campaigns with the start tier 1 or 2, depending on it. If he upgrades tier 2 and is recruited late in a campaign, it'll start tier 2. If I go to tier 2, but then he's recruited on like chapter 1, it'll just downgrade back to 1. So in terms of survival in late in future campaigns, it's helpful to upgrade it, even if it won't stay upgraded always. Thricks are very tough, and I would not want to take on a strength 10 infestation of them, but I could definitely take on these deepest, strength 8. Even in a 4-person party, I think that's alright. It's going to be a tough fight. They'll probably get injured, but I think they can win. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. The only problem is they don't have... It's all mystics and a hunter. They don't have any warriors with them. You know what? No, I'm being dumb. I'll do the Thrixon, I believe, if I remember correctly. If you patrol the source infestation, all the rest of the tiles disappear, so that's what I'll do. Mystics can handle Thrixel very well because they use a lot of magic attacks. Deepest rely on physical attacks, and against a party without a warrior, high level deepest will cause serious trouble. Whereas high level Thrixel, they have some nasty stuff, but you can hope to win. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Send these guys to clear the infestation and then the site. And here's the tannery. You get events when you try and assault each site before the fight. Some of them are quite interesting. You can also get events in wilderness sites. You enter the tile sometimes when you first scout the site, I should say. You'll see more what that means when I start a new campaign, and I've forgotten some things, so I may be saying some things wrong because it's been, like I said, 9 months since I played this game. This campaign last. Necessary evil. Anyone see any sign of the deepest? No. Generally, are you sure your information was good? Trust me, I spent all night romancing the town gossip back in Passend. He hears everything. And let's look sharp. The deepest may be a Thrixel. You said it would be deepest. It should be deepest. What's the Thrixel doing here? I'll save because I got tired of my judgment's likely to be a little off here. I think I remember this presents an important choice. Defensive line, fall back before anyone gets hurt. Wait, it wants to help us. Help us? Help us do what? Fight the deepest. How, Brenner, how do you know that? I don't. It's an impression. I can feel it in my mind. Gosh, I've even seen this event before and I can't remember what the bloody heck it does. But basically the Thrixel are what did I say? They're psychic bugs. They can also abduct people into alternate realities and such. I believe, yeah, this will make the fight against the Thrixel a little harder because they get intel on you, that's right. And I'm about to face the Thrixel here in the Ottery. Does that an interesting... Yeah, anyways. I believe, if I remember correctly, yeah, the Thrixel will be an ally in this fight, but the Thrixel get a Calamity card, which makes them stronger. I'm not worried about fighting these deepists. I am worried about fighting these Thrixel, or you can just kill it. And it adds something to the character's history. While that's interesting, it's going to get cluttered with other adventures. But not knowing that from having seen this before, this event, just think about it. If they if it's telling the truth, this could be an opportunity to better understand Thrixel. Yes, and for them to better understand you. It works both ways. It's in Brenner's mind. Let's take it out. Attack. No. Where is it? Where'd it go? No, it wanted to help us. Help us. Oh. Brenner, are you right? Is it still in his head? Huh? I'm not blue. I was blue for a while. That was freaky. Yeah, he's fine. It's weird though. It really did feel like it wanted to help us. Of course you think that, had you bamboozled. Stay focused. The deepest are still out here somewhere. Maybe that was a mistake, but like I said, I'm not worried. I've fought so many deepists. I mean, this is kind of a crowded start. It makes things a little harder. Oh, but the Shadow Hunter starts right next to me. I can murder it right off the bat. It's by far the most dangerous enemy here. Yeah, I can do this, no problem. But this video is already gone well over an hour. Is there enough time for this? Hour 33, can I do this in 30 minutes? Probably. But I am tired, I need a break. I'm not quite sure if there's an easy way to stop the recording and start again and patch it together without having to do video editing. I'll fight better if I put this down for a while anyways, and it'll make the upload more manageable. So I'm going to cut the video here. I'll pick this back up in my next video. The game is saved, or I think auto-saved with the start of the fight. Yep, so I'm good. Till next time, this is Northstar signing off. Wish you all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. May you always find the guiding star to lead you home.